not exactly an unboxing video because I've already unboxed it, but I'm gonna show you a setup review of this new terrarium I got for Gredo, the bearded dragon. So stay tuned for some. I don't know if it's going to be fun or not, but stay tuned for something. So this is the way it came as it came out of the box, and it's actually very, very simple. It was shipped in a 4 foot by 2 foot by about 6 inches box, flat, flat foam, flat, it's not put together. And this one, I have to assume is glass. I haven't really opened up that yet, but it was nicely packed. I don't hear any like crunching as I open it up. And then it's really a minimal number of pieces. I've never heard of this company before. This is Ecoflex, and this is, I think, the bottom, because it's got someplace. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's something, but I have a feeling it's the bottom because it's got some cracks here where the glass, it's got sliding glass doors, and then a little thin piece, which I'm going to assume is the back, because I bet it'll fit in nicely. Couple of side pieces, stay there. Couple of side pieces, yep, there's a name, which are 2x2. It's got some vents in here. And then the top piece, which is, it's screened. The majority of it is screened, but it's really, I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but it's really nicely put together. And there's the top part, the outside top part. I'll adjust this camera in a little bit, but for now it's a little hard to see. But I'll set this up in a bit, and my plan is, oh, also there are, Lily, get out of there. There are a little bag with goodies, and in the goodies is the hardware that, the screws and everything that you need. So these are some plastic screws, plastic or vinyl, I'm not quite sure. There's the lock for the glass doors, the instructions, and I'm not sure if this is just, oh, this may be the instructions here. Anyway, there's a couple books I haven't looked in yet, and then this thing that just tells you about the warranty. So Ecoflex is, I'm going to raise this up for a minute. Hi! So Ecoflex is a company I'd not heard about before, but I didn't find anything negative, just nothing at all. So I have to assume that it's new, or it just hasn't been advertised very much. The shipping was really fast. It was free shipping, and they sent me a thing on the 29th saying it's going to be shipping and it should arrive the 31st. And in actuality, they sent me another email saying your thing is going to happen faster than we thought, than we initially told you. So it's coming the 30th, which was the next morning or the next day. So it arrived by UPS halfway through the day, and I opened it up as quickly as I could, and that's why I wanted to take the pieces out, is if there was something broken, I wanted to be able to report that right away and hopefully get replacement for those parts, or however they want to do it. So that's why I took it out of the box, because it was just easier. Plus, it kind of a narrow space here right now. I've got another project I'm working on that's kind of taken up about a quarter of the living room. So yeah, anyway, so that's enough for that. So I'm going to set myself up and get the instructions out, and I'm going to try to use my video editing program again. I've tried it once, and it's a learning curve for somebody like me, but I'll try it again and see if it's hard, if it's not, and am I organized, so you don't have to have a whole lot of me just sitting around going, where's this piece and what do I do, and da 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 da. So hopefully that works. If not, there'll be a big skip ahead thing. Okay. All right, folks. Well, put my face in there. Hi, folks. All right, so this took me about 20 minutes. I got the base, the two sides, and the back installed. And 20 minutes also included scratching my head and then going, maybe I should look at the instructions. And the instructions made it pretty clear. So there is, the screws are plastic or nylon, and they're big. They're not little teeny tiny screws. There's two lengths, which we'll go into later. And it comes with this cute little tool, kind of an Allen wrench, kind of a socket, but something that you can finger tighten. So that was pretty cute. So 1, 2, got that one. Next one is the top. And C screws are the longer ones. I'm not sure if there's a front or back. So you try one, and if that doesn't work, you try the other. But no, this has got to be the front, because these black things here are what holds in the glass. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage there. Tried real hard to get it on the table and not mess up the tablecloth that it's sitting on, because it's not long enough. Okay, I think this is going to be another cut in here so that I can get this thing in place without cussing. Okay, so I'll be back. So you fit in right. So this lid went on pretty easy. I had a little bit of trouble again figuring out what it is they wanted. Let's look at the top. Nice little screen. Where's my hand? There we go. Hi there. Uh, it's sharp looking. Let me tell you what I know about this company, EcoFlex. And they didn't pay me to do this. I haven't even talked to them. I just decided that was the one, ordered it online, and like I said, I got it the next day. So pretty darn impressive. But it is a mix of wood product and plastic. And I don't know if that's plastic or vinyl or PVC or whatever it is, but some kind of plastic thing. And I thought it would come looking closer to CDX. They talk about how it's paintable. So again, I thought of something that was a lot more porous. Whereas this, I wish I had better light on this, is really a lot nicer than I expected. Those of you that know about reptile enclosures, you know they're expensive, especially when you get into 4-foot. Guido, I might just call him Guido. Gredo is currently in a 40-gallon fish tank, which is 36 inches by 18 by 18. This is 48 inches by 24 by 24. So that gives him enough space. I can even see right now, he's full grown, but he's lived in that tank all his life, I think, his whole 3 years. And he runs out of space pretty quickly. And one thing that's bad for is if it gets too hot on one side of the tank, he may not be able to escape far enough. I've been checking with the temperature meter. I have one of those little fancy point and shoot kind of thermometers, not for use on people. I was instructed, but they're really helpful, and it's nice because I can get in from the distance you're supposed to be, which I think is like 12 to 15 inches, something like that. And I can see, right underneath the heat, it's like really hot, and where does it graduate down? And it doesn't do too bad. But this one will give him more room, and I have to have two domes, light fixtures for these lights, and they've got to be special. They've got to have like ceramic fixtures in them so that it's not like going to explode or anything with the volume of heat and light that you have to put out. So I think both of those will fit easily. He's used to this side of the room being his room being the hot side, and the other side being the cold side. Now I've got to take off these little stickers, but they weren't doing it right with my fingernails. So I'll wet them down or something and do it. I think I can sit for a minute. The only thing left to do is to put in the glass doors, and there's little raised handle things for the glass doors, and there's some other screws that go in some places that I haven't found yet. I'd say the only thing I didn't like about the setup is these plastic screws. I gotta sit down. Hot. These plastic screws just barely went into the wood. I'm sure it's enough to support it, but it just felt like it was just barely catching. So I guess if I was like moving this thing around a whole lot, that would be a different story, but I'm not. It's not extremely heavy. I think the shipping box said it was 58 pounds. So that's including the cardboard and the styrofoam, which I don't think counts for a whole lot. But So yeah, maybe 57 pounds. And I've got it just on a plastic folding table that I covered with an oh so lovely piece of cloth, so the legs don't stick out. And that gives me plenty of room underneath to be able to put all his goodies and put the roaches and everything else. Yes, I said roaches. I know a lot of people are like that aren't into it. Dubia roaches are like amazing. They're the greatest things in the world. Um, Gredo lived on a diet entirely of romaine lettuce and crickets. They were really nice people. They knew they weren't giving him the attention and the care that he needed. So I am not bashing them at all. And I don't want to see any bashing comments. But they made the painful decision to give him up. Um, when he was younger, he had a little impaction problem and had to go to the vet. And I guess he got an enema. I'm not sure. Um, and even now, the only times he's gone have been when I put him in a warm bath. So letting him soak in warm water, it's kind of like, you know, drinking hot coffee or, you know, whatever. I don't want to go too graphic, but you know what I mean. So uh, that concerned me a little bit. But trying to get everything else straightened out for him, the only thing I'm missing is a lamp stand that I think is coming in tomorrow. I did all this shopping on that mega online site that I won't name because they're not paying me to name them. And like I said, I'm not doing anything uh, with EchoFlex that I'm not being paid by them. They didn't give me a free anything, and this is my first product review of it, and I'm sure I'm rambling. Anyway, so I am going to put the glass doors on and finish this up, and I might move Greedo in tonight, maybe after he gets real sleepy, like after lights go out, and let him wake up to, where the heck am I? He will need more decorations and more stuff in his enclosure to make him feel like a, you know, happy, confident lizard. But I think this is a big improvement for him. And asking my expert people that I go to, this is the right size for a bearded dragon. So if you're thinking about getting a beardy and you've never had one before, best thing I can say is study, 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 and kind of what I do anyway. It's like when I get interested in something, I have to study all about it and make sure I understand what's going on. Um, and I did that for about 6 months because I didn't think I was going to get a beardy until I moved. Because after I retire, I think I'm going to move. Pretty sure I'm going to move. I don't want to pay my entire retirement funds towards a house and bills. So I need to get someplace where my money will stretch a lot farther, and I can hopefully make enough profit off of this so that I can put a decent down payment on a house and have, smaller payments. But anyway, I'm rambling. All of that has nothing to do with this enclosure. Did I tell you everything I wanted to tell you about it? I've seen this company online, that giant internet place online has some of them, but it doesn't have this size. At least I didn't find it, or it was incredibly higher priced. I went through, I'm debating whether or not I want to name the company, but I will. I went through overstock.com. I'd seen them other places, but again, they weren't big enough. There was references that they were they made them, but they just weren't available. I went to the company's website and checked it out, and I found them at Overstock for about $100 less than I found them at that online company. That I'm sure you know who I mean, and if you don't, ask somebody. Show them this video and ask them. And I got a coupon for 15% off for being a first time buyer and free shipping. And it shipped the next day and delivered to me the day after that. I think it came from somewhere near the Bay Area, so fairly close to where I am. And I don't know if Overstock has like warehouses all over the place like that other company does. Um, but anyway, when I went to the website, I saw their sizes. They make two colors. This one's like a really light wood, not quite like that whitewashed color that was popular a few decades ago. And the other one is black. And the black one just looked like a giant black box. And I actually have it sitting next to the television. So it's both navy blue tablecloths and big black boxes. So I guess it wouldn't have been out of place, but I just like the lighter one better. I tend to make everything dark, um, and this house is light and airy, so I wanted to keep it there. Anyway, I'm sure nobody is stuck around, but for those that have, thank you so very much. I appreciate a thumbs up. There's a little thumbs up right down here. That, and you can even do the thumbs down. It doesn't matter. YouTube judges them both the same. It's involvement. It's like when people do more than just turn it on and go in the other room and don't pay attention to it. Doing something tells YouTube that you're actually watching and you like it. So thumbs up, thumbs down. I'd appreciate if you give it a thumbs down. Tell me why. I'm not going to like be mad at you or beat you up or come knock on your door or anything like that. It's just, it helps me to figure out what is, well, I know what's boring people. It's me talking on about all kinds of different topics. But I know what's boring. It's nice to hear what you don't like. You don't have to, it's anonymous, but it'd be nice. The other thing is leaving comments. Comments are great. Leave me comments. Tell me what was the hardest part of putting this together. What was, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the questions you have. You want to ask me questions about Gredo. If you got a better name for him, I'm not completely stuck. That was the name he had. And I kind of like it, but being the nerd that I am, but I always like other things. Somebody suggested Han shot first, which I had actually thought of that same thing. And I think it's not because I thought of it, but I think it is really, it'd be an interesting name to give him, because if somebody doesn't know what Greedo references, then Han shot first is probably going to confuse him just as much. But for now, he's Greedo, and Han did shoot first. Anyway, I think that's all. Thank you so much for putting up with all of my blather. Share this if you want. Say there's a crazy lady that talks more about other things than putting the thing together that we wanted to see. Check them out online. They've got a website, which I think is echoflex.com. But type in Echoflex enclosures and you can check them out and see what they're about and stuff. And I will let you know if it falls apart overnight. I will definitely let you know. But I think that's it for now. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.